Good morning, Lewis. I am Logan Cap along with Allie Lankowitz. Today is a very special day because it is our second season of Good Morning Lewis and Allie's very first one.
Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me this year. I can't wait for all the things that we have planned.
Yeah, we got a lot planned for this year. I'm excited to be back for another season. So
Yeah.
we must be doing something right. They brought us back for season number 2.
Yep.
So
Well, I've got a lot to learn, and I think you can be the teacher. So.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We can really, hopefully, teach you a thing or two, and
Yes.
we could start right away. I mean,
Yes.
with our brand new segment called Trending Topics. We've expanded it a little bit since last year,
Yep.
Apart from just the tweets. So
Yep. Well, it's
we're,
X, so.
Well, X tweets X. I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called anymore. So
Interesting.
we're gonna go with all the different social media platforms this year, which is
Yes.
great,
Open
and
it up.
open it up a little bit. So we can start right away with our first trending topic of the day, if we can.
Oh, so some really exciting stuff. Lewis University has achieved its highest U.S. news ranking of number 13 in best regional universities for the Midwest. So that's pretty remarkable. I mean, it's the highest we've ever been.
It really is. I think we've been climbing through the ranks for about the last 20 years at
Yep.
least, I think. I mean, I knew Lewis was great, but I'm glad it's gotten some recognition now from everyone else.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really cool because they rose 9 spots. So, I mean, great increase in a short amount of time.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the past 10 years it was about 9 spots. So again, climbing those ranks soon enough will be ranked number 1 because you're number 1 in my
We're
heart,
getting
so
there.
number 1 everywhere else, I think.
Should be.
Yeah, that is great. I'm really happy about that for Lewis. So, but we can see topic number 2. I keep wanting to say tweet
I
number
know.
2 from last
It's
week.
hard.
Bad habit. But if you know me, you know I'm a big hockey guy. So we got to talk about Connor Bedard. For those of you that don't know, Blackhawks had the number 1 overall draft pick over the summer, and they drafted a spry young man named Connor Bedard, who will be the future face of the franchise. He played in his first game in a Blackhawks uniform this past week and scored a hat trick
wow.
in the prospect
In his first game?
In the first game. Well, it wasn't the first official team game, but
Right.
they had kind of a little prospect tournament over in Minnesota. And Connor Bedard was really the shining star of that day, we're going to say, because he's really starting to hopefully live up to those expectations already. But
Wow, as a rookie.
as a rookie,
Yeah.
right? Well, I told you, future face of the franchise.
Yep.
There's been a few. He's been put into the same conversation as some pretty big names. So I've got a lot of hope. I don't know. Are you a big hockey fan?
I'm not too big on hockey. You know, I went to a Blackhawks game for my birthday last year, and it was so much fun. They lost,
Oh.
but it was still fun.
Well, they did a lot of losing last year. So
Well-
hopefully with Connor Bedard,
Well,
they're
now
going to be
we've
doing a
got
little bit
him.
more winning.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully you are too. We'll have to see as time goes on,
Yes.
because I think we'll be doing the show as they kind of start. They get through their season a little bit. So we will keep you updated
I'm looking
on
forward
that.
to it. All right, number 3. Oh, this was very interesting. So authorities are asking for the public's help in finding a missing F-35 fighter jet after the pilot ejected during a mishap. So the jet was left in autopilot mode. So there's a possibility, there is an update, but there is a possibility it could still be airborne somewhere over South Carolina. So I actually followed up on this X, I guess, this morning and on NBC, and they said that they found debris in South Carolina. So it appears so that some things didn't end well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was originally thinking, how do you kind of lose a fighter jet? But
Exactly.
if it is a stealth jet, then I guess we
Well-
can. That is the job, is to remain hidden.
Right.
So
But,
hopefully they will, they will find it, or if they will discover what happened soon. But
Yeah, and I just-
very interesting.
I just hope our special guest today never has an experience like this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully they find it. But
No,
if we could see topic number 4, are we on topic
Oh,
number 4?
my.
Oh, this is what time
Here
it
they
is.
are.
We're back for season number 2, the Jad joke of the day. How do you hear another train? How does a train, hear another train coming with its engineers?
Oh, that.
I think we need the applause button.
Maybe.
One of these days, I'm just gonna curtain call, get out of here right after that, because that is high quality humor right there.
Oh yeah, it is.
With his engineers.
I hope
Get
we
it?
never
Engineers.
finish. I hope we never end those dad jokes. They never get old.
Oh, man, that's funny. But in addition to the topics from Instagram
Yep.
and X, we also have a couple TikToks that we can take a
Oh,
look
I
at.
love TikTok.
TikTok is where it's at.
Yes.
So if we could see
Oh, I loved this one.
Okay.
So
we got-
here is the incredible moment. A baby boy figured out how to give a thumbs up. Oh, I love it. And then if we see it, it'll play again. In the very beginning, he's playing my favorite sport.
I think that's what I look like when I'm playing soccer. And then it's also when I discovered my fingers, I think. I'm looking, I'm
mean,
like, I don't
it's
quite
just
know
so
how to do
adorable.
thumbs up. But I'm pretty sure that's how I look when I play soccer, too. I
He's
don't
probably
know.
a little better.
Okay, well, let's calm
Well,
down.
you're a hockey guy.
Yeah, hockey
So,
guy.
hockey guy.
Not a soccer. That's all right.
All right.
All right. Well, if we could see TikTok number 2, that was your TikTok. Now we can take a look at my
How to
TikTok.
wash your shoes at the car wash.
Okay, so this is a little life hack. You know I'm all about the life hacks, too. In addition to the dad jokes, life hacks are
Yep.
my thing. So I am a person who has one pair of shoes. I only pretty much wear one pair of gym shoes every day.
Yeah.
And after about
Oh my
a couple
gosh.
months, they start looking like that shoe on the left there.
Look at that difference.
But I think I figured out a new way to have them clean. I mean, look at that. That you
mean-
could just, I mean, have you ever used a power washer?
Yeah, for like washing a car. Never on my feet.
You never, well, I've had the driveway,
Yeah.
that's those satisfying
Oh,
time-lapse
yeah.
videos,
I love those.
And so then once in a while, I'll do it barefoot.
I
But
mean-
then because we were talking before, you were worried that it was going to
It's gonna hurt.
It
Their
was going to
feet.
hurt. It's not too bad though, because again, I've been doing it barefoot, and it just kind of glances
know.
off.
Maybe we'll just go to the car wash later.
Yeah,
Do a little test run.
Yeah, a little a little live action there
Yeah,
from the
I've
car
got a
wash,
lot
but-
of white shoes, so I'm always down to try that.
Yeah, I purposely don't get white shoes though, because
I know.
again they'll end up looking like that, and it's
Oh.
like I don't have time to go to the car wash every day and clean the shoes. Like it just doesn't work like that.
No.
But that was trending topics
Yes,
of
our
the
first
day.
one.
Up next, we can share some of our feel-good stories that will brighten your day just a little bit on this wonderful Tuesday.
Yes, terrific Tuesday.
Terrific Tuesday. We're going to go with some more alliteration
Yes.
today with our Feel Good Flyers segment. This first Feel Good story is about a little band called NSYNC, you might know. Bye, bye, bye. It turns out it was a lie, lie, lie.
Oh my.
Get it? Orlando's most, or second most, depending on who you ask, popular boy band NSYNC is back. And now the middle-aged man band has released a 40-second tease of their brand new song, which
Wow.
that's officially how I'm going to refer to old boy bands, is the middle-aged man band.
Middle-aged
I
man
like that a lot. But it's the first time they have recorded together in 21 years, which is crazy. That's almost
Wow.
as old as I am. I feel like I'm way too old now. But the song's Better Place doesn't signify a new album, at least not yet, but hopefully it does. Anxious fans can hear it at takeyoutoabetterplace.com. So now the question is, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? That's the question of the
See,
day.
that's tough because I feel like I am so young that none of them were really big during my time. But
Oh my
I feel like
gosh.
NSYNC, especially because I'm pretty sure they just presented Taylor Swift with her award at the VMAs, if I'm remembering correctly. And
See,
I
feel
love
like,
that.
But
That
that
moment.
boy band, that's my time. That might be a little bit before my time, but that's my kind of music. So
Yeah.
we got to go with. I would have to go with
I feel
Backstreet
like-
Boys. Don't tell them, but.
Well, I feel like you probably deep down really want to be in a man band.
I actually could be. I think that's my second calling is with the little microphone that comes out like that.
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
And a little dance in action. You know
Yes.
how it is.
We should just form a band.
We should.
All right.
The Good Morning Lewis Backstreet Band, I guess.
Backstreet Band.
Back to Good Morning Lewis.
I love
name
that.
is to be determined on that one, but
Well, that first one sure did make me feel good. And another favorite story that we have now is all about engagement. So love is in the air, and so are proposals. Signet Jewelers, the largest jewelry company in the U.S., says a spike in engagements is coming. According to the company, which owns Zales, Jared, K Jewelers, Blue Nile, and Diamonds Direct, proposals happen about 3 or so years into dating, which, Logan, I think your time might be coming there. So the pandemic actually had caused a disruption in dating and therefore a lull in engagements. But with the pandemic finally behind us, Signet expects marriage proposals to start rebounding in 2024.
oh,
So that might be good. In total, the jeweler expects 2.5 million couples to get engaged next year.
Wow.
You might be one.
That's crazy. I mean, first of all, I didn't know that all those jewelry brands were owned by the same people.
No, I didn't know
Is that just
either.
something that I just found out today? Is that they just have a...
You learn something new every day. I
guess
didn't know
so,
either.
like a monopoly on the jewelry game here. But
Yeah.
I'm more of a ring pop kind of guy. You know,
Oh,
like
right.
That's the kind of rock that I'm looking for. So.
Well, definitely saving money with that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the next story. Very excited about this one.
I am.
You know what today is?
I do.
It is Pirate Day. Ahoy, matey. Arr, are you looking for a little fun? I'm not a very good pirate. But,
No.
Ye best some nights English, because today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's more of like a Bane from Batman.
I don't know.
Just grab your first matey, hoist the Jolly Roger, and try not to become too much of a scallywag.
A scallywag?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're gonna just talk normal, I think, after that. But the idea was born nearly 30 years ago when two friends on a racquetball court started ribbing each other in pirate slang.
All right.
First of all, pirates. Who's your favorite fictional pirate?
Well, Jack Sparrow. Because
Jack
of the
Sparrow,
run.
because of the run.
Yeah.
That is a pretty impressive run. I do have to give you that. See, mine's Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
I'm a big fan of his cereal. He's
he
a
does have a good
quality cereal
Yeah.
cereal breakfast guy. I'm not even a big breakfast guy, but Captain Crunch.
I
chef's
do love
kiss.
it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah. Well, I sure do feel good after those
me too.
feel good stories, I
Absolutely.
think. And right after this, we're going to come back. Allie's going to have a little bit of an interview that she'll tell you about right after this. Stay with us.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So we are back. We are back now, and I'm here with my very special friend, Rhino. He recently got his commercial pilot's license. He is an aviation major here at Lewis, and he achieved that huge milestone. So I wanted to ask you about it. So could you actually clarify what licenses exactly you got?
Yeah, so I have my single-engine commercial and multi-engine commercial, as well as my flight instructor license and instrument instructor license.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's actually amazing, and I'm just wondering what exactly does that mean you're able to do now that you have those?
Yeah, so a commercial license just basically means that you can fly and get paid for flying.
Oh, wow.
You know, there's a lot of things that go into it in terms of like legal, like what you can and can't do, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, you can get paid to fly planes now that you have your commercial license.
Well, that's incredible, and I'm assuming that might be your end goal then to
Yeah,
become a
yeah.
pilot, and then
Yeah, so my end goal is basically airlines. You know, so I'm not going to the airlines yet because I need a certain amount of hours. I need about 1,000. I'm about 400, just over 400 right now. So hopefully I get that in the next year. I get hired by the airlines and I could go up to the airlines and fly for them.
Oh, wow. I mean, that would be incredible. I remember growing up being on an airplane and always thinking that the pilot was the coolest person ever.
Really?
You know, before you
Yeah.
boarded,
Oh,
they'd
yeah,
have
me
like a
too.
little pin or a sticker to give you. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's amazing. And I mean, when did you decide that you wanted to become a pilot?
Well, when I was little, you know, we would always travel. We would always go on vacation a lot, and well, we would always take the airplane. And the airport was just a weirdly fun experience for me. And then I think when I was like 7, we were going to the Bahamas or something like that. The pilot, I was just looking in the cockpit, and the pilot told me to come in, and I sat in the chair, and I was like, wow, I want to do this for the rest of my life, and it never changed from right there.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I've had experiences like that too, and you know, you just kind of know in that moment.
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
amazing. So with these licenses that you now have, how long did it take you to get them?
Yeah, so when I came into Lewis, I came in with no hours at all. You know, I started in about August of 2020. So, and then I got my single engine commercial license when I was, or in May. So it took me about 3 years in total. You got to get your private and instrument before that, so that took about a year. And then commercial, it took about 9 months, and then I got it in May. And then just 2 weeks ago, I got my multi-engine commercial license.
Wow, only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So what would you say was the hardest part about getting these licenses?
I think the hardest part was probably the weather. You know,
Okay.
Illinois has like the weirdest weather. You
Yes.
know, one day it can be like, or for a span of days, it could be really nice, and then it could hit you with a really rainy day, and especially during the snow, winter time as well. So you would fly for a good amount of days, and then once you get to your test, you have to cancel it because the weather.
Right.
So that was the hardest part is trying to like pray for a good day, and then it doesn't come, and then you got to wait a little bit more in
Yeah.
order to take your test.
Oh, that's probably such a pain. And
Yeah.
I get very anxious when it comes to having to wait for things. So I could
Exactly.
imagine
Yeah,
how
yeah.
you felt. But you do so much here at Lewis. I mean, you're on the baseball team.
Yeah.
And I imagine being a student athlete and an aviation major is probably a very difficult thing to do. But I mean, it's probably very enjoyable as well. So
Exactly,
what
yeah.
have your favorite experiences been as an aviation major and an athlete?
Yeah. For the aviation part, you know, I mean, now that I have my license and everything, and I can take a plane and go travel somewhere called a cross country, 50 miles or more, and I could, you know, stop at the FBO, the fixed base operator, park the plane. You know, they fuel up your plane, and we can go out and get food. Like I've been to Iowa, I've been to Indiana, Wisconsin, and I'm going to Nashville soon in the Twin. So that's pretty far, and it's pretty cool to just, you know, go somewhere for the day and come back and be like, hey, I just came from Nashville.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, I think the athlete aviation balance is really difficult, but it's also really rewarding. You know, like I just think in general it's cool. Like I get to go to baseball practice, and then right after I hop in an airplane.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just awesome.
I mean, being on the baseball field too, like you can just always think to yourself, I get to fly later. You
Exactly.
know? And it's just something
Yeah.
to look
or
forward to.
other way around. When I'm
Yeah.
in the plane, I think about baseball.
Yeah, and you could, you know, fly over the fields whenever you want.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean, when we were practice, all the planes just come overhead, and
Yep.
sometimes they come really low, and everyone's like, "Whoa," you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, I do that."
Yep.
So
You're like, I've done that.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations,
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I'm looking forward to hearing about all that you get to do and all that you get to see this next year. So
Yeah, thank you
you
very
so much
much.
for joining us. And we will be right back with some more Good Morning Lewis. Oh, that's Well, that was all for today. We hope you enjoyed this new season, this first episode of our new season of Good Morning Lewis.
I know I did. It was a ton of fun. I'm glad we get to do it again. I'm glad you're with me to host.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. I think we've got some great things on the horizon for this season. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Lewis University Television Network and on YouTube. Thank you again, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.